Post-mission report. Operation Shadowbox from Sergeant Page O'Dargan. Odin. Attention. Major Maruga is Sergeant Thomas Stonewall. Classification. Top secret. AI firewall in place. Odin's eyes only. By order of Major Gales, I was entrusted with the command of Operation Shadowbox with Lieutenant Red Power on light duty specialist. Banger Feldman served as my second. Our mission was to infiltrate the pit and secure the black box, a task of critical importance given the current turmoil in our chain of command. Echo Team 1 was assigned to recover General Hawk's final orders. And, if we were fortunate, Agent Chuckles' Provost's last mission report. Before departing, I had Dr. Winsome inject me with the bioorganics, not wanting our medic to be compromised in the field by a random infection. I suggested the rest of the team do the same, but none took up the offer. Chief Warrant Officer Wild Bill Hardy expertly piloted our flight to Utah during the journey. Banger thought it would be amusing for a coma to leave an unpleasant surprise on the Mako's windshield, much to Corporal Day Haesong's annoyance. The remainder of the flight went smoothly, and Wild Bill skillfully deployed the Mako into enemy territory with our team aboard. Day took point, expertly steering us clear of any deviant nests during the ride. I found out the hard way that you've got to brace yourself when powering up your bioorganic armor, or you might find yourself out cold. When we reached the motor pool, Day made sure our vehicle was secure before we carried on with the mission on foot. Specialist Airwave Kelron, with her vast knowledge of the pit, led us to the operations center where the black box was stashed. When we arrived, we were surprised to find Chuckles still alive, though in a bad way due to a bioorganic infection. Coma showed impressive skill in removing 7 mechanisms from Chuckles' arm, earning his gratitude. Meanwhile, Red Payware used his sword to skillfully free Chuckles from his handcuffs. While Banger and Day secured the black box, I attended to Chuckles' injuries. It was then that Airwave alerted us to incoming tangos. Specialist 3.4.9, known as Blastbot, managed to access the pit systems and charted a course to the infirmary, where I could grab saline drips for Chuckles. He also plotted a potential escape route, one that hopefully let us dodge any hostile forces. As we were about to head to the infirmary, Chuckles informed us that Shadow Flare was in the brig and needed rescuing, with Chuckles in desperate need of medical attention. I had let Red Power, Day, and Airwave handle the prisoner retrieval. On the way to the infirmary, Chuckles let me know that Petty Officer Second Class Shadow Flare, whose medical files I still don't have the clearance to review, was imprisoned because Chuckles had mistakenly believed him to be the turncoat known as Firefly, which turned out not. Once we reached the infirmary, Blast Pup stood guard, while Banger helped me patch up Chuckles as quickly as possible. I realized Chuckles needed more care than I had time to provide, but I was able to stabilize his arm enough to hopefully get him to the Mako in one piece. As I worked, Banger spotted a small bioscorpion watching us, but not attacking. I ordered him to take it out. We didn't need any unwanted eyes and ears on us. Red Power and his team successfully extracted Shadow Flare without issue and met us at the infirmary. I still don't know what to make of him. They found him eating one of the bioscorpions. Disgusting, but it explained why he was already infected with the bioorganics. Both Akoma and Shadow Flare informed me that these creatures operate like a hive mind. Shadow Flare decided he'd try to disrupt the mother signal when the time came. Between Shadow Flare's advanced scanning abilities and Blast Pup's access to real-time data, the droid was able to plan the best escape route, allowing us to hit the comms room and the armory before reaching the Mako. As we were about to leave the medical bay, the bird scope flew up and ate the dead scorpion Banger had shot earlier, disgusting again. And to top it off, it started playing Funky Town as we ran down the hallway. We fought our way to the comms room, called for exfil and backup, and successfully synced up with Odin, as Shadow Flare received a sitrep from Odin Funky Town wrapped up, only for it's the end of the world as we know it to start playing. I had half a mind to smack that bird, but I was too busy taking care of Chuckles and managing the team. Low on ammo and with plenty of tangos, we didn't waste any time. With no rounds to spare, we made it to the armory doors, only to be met by a massive scorpion banger intercepted an attack on Akoma, taking the hit himself. As I moved to check on him, Akoma handed Banger one of the dots, which healed his wound but started infecting him with the bioorganics. As that scorpion went down, another took its place. I used my newly honed bioorganic abilities to mentally dominate it, while Shadow Flare rolled underneath and successfully opened the door. Once inside the armory, I ordered Airwave to seal the blast door, locking us in. After quickly restocking my mags, I checked over Chuckles, trusting the others to load up on the heavier munitions. As Airwave was opening the blast doors, we heard a thunderous bang. With no other option, we braced for the worst, only to find Sergeant Stonewall fully powered up in his bioorganic gear, making a quick, but behind him loomed a truly massive scorpion dreadsting. As it turned out, Stonewall ordered Blast Up to assist him with what we now call Scorpinormius, while I commanded the rest of the team to head for the Mako. Disobeying my order, Shadow Flare followed Blast Pop and Stonewall while the others fell in line. Shadow Flare pulled off some fancy acrobatics to get on top of Scorpinormius, planting C4 on its head. Meanwhile, Red Power accidentally set off some rockets earlier than expected, sending Banger and Akoma diving towards the Mako within seconds. The C4 detonated, creating a massive hole in the creature's enormous head. Before anyone could react, Stonewall swiftly took out two of its legs in a blur of motion, followed by more explosions from Blast Pop. Dreadsting didn't even get a chance to strike. Frustrating, as I wanted to test my new abilities on it. Akoma used a whirlwind to clear a path to the rear door of the Mako, while I tried and failed to mind control more of the scorpions. However, I managed to stun them long enough to prevent an attack, giving us just enough time to get everyone into the Mako. As we boarded, Akoma fittingly played Beat It over the comms. Upon leaving the pit, we spotted two dragons hovering above. As soon as we were within range, it descended to pick us up. Over the comms, we heard First Lieutenant Talonbard Harper piloting her dragon solo, a risky move, especially since she hadn't been medically cleared by Corporal Tiger Strike Ito or myself. I'll need to have a word with Stonewall later about why he overrode her medical status. Given the situation, I immediately ordered Day to the co-pilot seat while I headed to the infirmary with Chuckles, but we weren't in the clear yet. The dragon was surrounded by scorpions, and to our surprise, the little feckers could fly, while Wild Bill, in his dragon banger, Shadow Flare and Blast Pop worked to clear a path. We were quickly swarmed. Red Power used the red reactor in his suit to generate a massive blast wave, clearing the scorpions but draining his suit's power completely, causing him to plummet toward the ground. Fortunately, both Blast Up and Shadow Flare leapt into action. Literally, Shadow Flare managed to catch Red and Blast Up and had to rescue both of them. By that point, at least, that they were making a controlled descent. After Red's rescue, we made our way back to the Silverado without further incident. Post-mission report. Operation Shadowbox, written by Katie Robbins. Image-generated images, music, and vocals by Logan, the G.I. Joe gamer. Katie Robbins, the title.